Hi, I'm Stephen Feeney. Lots of questions are being asked about SightRight. What is SightRight coaching? What is SightRight technology? I have over 40 coaches around the world teaching SightRight methods using SightRight technology, and just recently the first World Snooker Tour ranking event of the season featured two of my SightRight Global Q Sports Network ambassadors, Mark Williams and Sean Murphy. So what is it like to be a SightRight coach? We'll have a listen to Darren Oldroyd from Northern Ireland.
Hi, it's Darren Oldroyd here, accredited SightRight coach for Northern Ireland. I've been an accredited SightRight coach now for 20 months, and in that time I have coached over 60 amateurs here in Northern Ireland, from ranked beginners right up to some of the top amateurs we have in Northern Ireland. Now that time's passed, just wanted to share some of the findings that I have encountered as a SightRight coach, both from the perspective of the players that I coach and also from me, the coach. From the players' perspective, if I could just separate it into two groups. First of all, the beginners that come to me, the players that maybe have a high break of 30 to 50 and they've been stuck there for quite some time. What SightRight has done for them that I have seen is it breaks their ceiling. In that first session, when you have them playing shots that they never thought they could play in the first session, you just see the enthusiasm. I had one player who was actually a PGA golf coach, which might have helped him having a coaching background himself, but he had a high break of 28 and had been playing the game for less than 2 years. After our first session, he texted me later that night. He went home, played 5 frames with his friend in the club, and in those 5 frames he beat his high break 3 times. I mean, that was just, as a coach, to hear that was phenomenal, and was just proof that the method does work. From the top amateurs' point of view, what I have seen SightRight does for them, I mean, they get all the same benefits. Obviously, they have a more aligned, consistent technique which allows them to be more accurate. That's why we coach the SightRight method. But one benefit that I maybe didn't expect to see was from a sports psychology point of view. And what I found was that for those players that is playing competitive snooker, a lot of competitive snooker, the SightRight method gives them a process that they can believe in. It takes the situation out of the shot. I mean, if they're potting a black, whether that's to complete a lineup in their solo practice, whether it's a black to win their local league individual, or a black to win a Northern Ireland amateur ranking title, the process is the same. And you really see that sports psychology benefit of staying in the present or staying in the here and now. From a coach's perspective, the number one thing that SightRight has confirmed or reassured to me is that everyone can improve, regardless of age or ability. If you're 13 years of age or you're in your 60s, if your highest break is 147 or if your highest break is less than 30, you can improve. For years had spoke to amateurs and still know of amateurs that talk about practicing 20-25 hours a week just to maintain a level. That to me cannot be enjoyable, especially as an amateur. I mean, one of the biggest benefits of playing sport is to see the fruits of your labour. It's to see that effort that you put in transpire into improvement. And SightRight has assured me that that can happen for every single player. The other big takeaway from a coaching perspective is, For players to get the benefits of SightRight, they need to understand and buy in to the methodology, to the logic of the SightRight method, without getting absorbed in the fine detail, the technical detail. That is the coach's job. The method, any logical person would agree that if you stand on the line of aim determined for your individual SightRight line, and you have a technique which allows you to step into the shot and lay the cue perfectly on that line of aim, then rest your head on the cue and continue to look down that line of aim, you're going to be more accurate. It's logical. I mean, you wouldn't steer a car from the passenger seat, you wouldn't try to throw darts from a way out here, you're going to be more accurate. And if that doesn't hit the message home, what I have seen in that first session is when they start rolling long straight or long 3/4 blues up the spot, dead weight with their eyes closed, it hits home then. Players can't think that you come and see a SightRight coach for 2 hours or a 3-hour session and all your problems are going to be fixed and you're going to improve dramatically overnight. SightRight is a method to be applied to your everyday practice. It needs to be worked on, and it does take a lot of hard work to make that, to get through the levels of competency where the SightRight method comes natural. SightRight is a method that needs to be incorporated into your everyday practice. It needs to be used on every single shot that you play. And naturally, transitioning to any new method will take some players more time than others.
That just felt right.
Luckily, Steve Feeney has designed specific SightRight drills which help players make that transition. These drills are unique in that they help recalibrate any alignment errors in a player's setup. They help players of all abilities improve their short, mid and long range potting accuracy. And it is no coincidence that the players that I have seen improve the most under SightRight methods are the players that do these drills, not just with me in sessions, but they do them as part of their own solo practice. The other thing that I've noticed that really does help players transition to SightRight is the pocket SightRight. It is such a powerful tool that is so easy to use. It fits in your case and players can instantly get feedback on whether they are online or offline, both in address, behind the shot, or when they're down on the shot. So that's what I have found as my time as a SightRight coach. One last thing, any player out there who's thinking of trying SightRight, I would say to them, if you're looking to improve, you need to make a change. If you've been playing for 10, 15, 20 years and you've plateaued or you've actually regressed, then you're not going to become a better player just magically overnight. Something needs to change, and SightRight is that change. Thanks.